Hi you guys, I'm Dr. Rashida Ike Oduru, the Yellowback Traveler, and today I'm here with Joy.
Hey y'all.
Yeah. So Joy has a company called Dig Deep Fitness where she focuses on personal training and offering different nutritious tips, but I'll let her give you a little bit more of an explanation of what her company specializes in.
Yeah, so as she said, I'm the owner of Dig Deep Fitness and Nutrition. The name just changed last year, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because I am a personal trainer and dietitian, I wanted to make sure that those components were combined in the name. Mm-hmm. But I offer one-on-one personal training, grocery store tours, if you need a customized meal plan, if you need to sit down for a nutrition consultation, if you have like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, a lot of those can be really monitored with your food. And anything within that fitness and nutrition spectrum, I got you. So we specialize in weight loss and just making sure that you're living a healthy lifestyle. That's what it's all about.
All right, awesome. So today, Joy is going to show us how to make a meal for yourself at home. Yep. Something that you can spread out over the course of the week, right?
Yeah.
Like 5 days?
Yep.
And so tell me what we're making.
Okay, so I'm making a Southwest burrito bowl similar to what you would eat at like a Chipotle. So it's chicken.
Hopefully a little bit healthier than Chipotle.
Yeah, but you know anything is going to be as healthy as you make it. So Chipotle can be healthy if you're not putting all the sour cream cheese and guacamole and all of that on there.
True. Okay.
But for this one, it's chickens, onions, peppers, black beans, corn, cilantro, salsa, avocado, lots of different spices and herbs and seasonings.
I love it.
So it's yummy.
It's that Texas flavor.
You know it.
All right, well, it smells good. So right now we're sauteing the vegetables. And then what spices are we gonna add to it? It looks like we have
a wide variety. So I have some cumin, garlic powder, what's this? Crushed red pepper flakes, a little bit of sea salt, chili powder. I feel like I'm missing something else. Sometimes I'll do a little bit of black pepper, but the crushed red pepper flakes will give it enough of a kick.
All right, cool. All right, and then we already pre-measured the chicken, and I'll show you the little segment on how Joy calculated how much protein to add, and we'll take it from there.
So right now I'm about to measure my chicken. So what I do is I remove the fat, I'm going to cut it into chunks, and then also put it on the scale and make sure that I have the right amount. And so I'm just really trimming the visible fat. I don't get too deep with it. You know, if you're preparing for a competition or you're really strict with your macros, you may want to make sure that you're chopping like every single bit off. But for me, right now, it's not that serious. Okay, so just put that to the side. Okay. So for me and my meals, I do about 5 ounces per serving of my meals. So when I'm making my burrito bowl, I want 5 servings because I'm making this to last me from Monday through Friday. So chicken actually shrinks when you cook it. And so since I want 5 ounces cooked, I have to prepare 7.1, very specific, ounces raw because it measures about 70%. So if you're trying to figure out how much you need to cook, divide whatever the cooked portion is. Say you wanted 3 ounces, divide that by 0.7, and then that'll give you how much you should cook for your raw amount. So I need in total about 35 ounces because that's going to make me 5 servings. And it's typically about 3 chicken breasts. Come in a little bit closer. Alright, so let's see what we got. Okay, so I'm at 30.35, so I need a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna do just a little bit more. All right, that's good.
So Joy, what all is going to go in this? I see that you're slicing red bell peppers, and you've got a little bit of green bell peppers.
Yeah, so it's pretty much everything that's in the Chipotle bowl. So we have the chicken, we have onions, we have green bell pepper, red bell pepper, corn, black beans. I do cilantro. Sometimes I do a little bit of red onion. There's white onion, and then I top it all with salsa and avocado.
Okay, cool. Do you use, what kind of salsa do you use? Like a fresh salsa?
No, I can show it to you.
Yeah.
Regular old HEB. HEB salsa.
This is Texas. We love our salsa.
All
right, cool. All right, so Joy is sauteing the onions.
Yep, so this is going to provide a lot of the flavor for the chicken. Whenever you have these, your onions and your peppers, and they get to cook and kind of get a little bit tender before you put the chicken in. When you put the chicken in, it's gonna start to encompass more of that flavor.
It smells good. What kind of oil did you use?
I just put in a little olive oil. Olive oil is fine for like a medium heat. If you're going a higher heat, you want to use different types of oil, like maybe your coconut oil, avocado, that can tolerate a higher heat because you don't want to burn the oil. But for this dish, since I'll just keep it on medium, olive oil, it'll be okay.
Cool. Okay. So while the first meal is cooking, Joy's also going to show us how to prep your second meal, which is ground chicken with lemon and kale.
Yes, ma'am. So for my meal prep, I always meal prep on Mondays, and I cook multiple servings of different meals. So normally I'm cooking 3 different meals at the same time. So now that I have my chicken on and going and kind of taking care of itself, I can start on my second dish. So all I'm about to do is chop up some more onions and garlic, let those simmer for a little bit, and then I'm going to add in the ground chicken.
Okay. And then let me know if I can help you do anything, even though I'm not the best cook.
You have to put the disclaimer in there.
Look,
right?
I'll saute.
There you go. Just make sure that doesn't burn.
That I can do.
Good stuff. So we talked a little bit about you meal prepping. Have you ever made a burrito bowl before?
No, I mean, the meal prepping that I've done so far, like for example, yesterday I made a meal that was cauliflower and cauliflowered rice with corn. I guess it could be kind of like a shrimp bowl, except I just didn't put, like, there's no bowl component to it. For mine, the base would be the cauliflower rice. And then I added corn to it, and then chopped green onions, and my protein was sauteed shrimp. And then, yeah, like it actually came out really good. And I'll put pictures on the blog. But the seasonings I did for that was a little bit of a adobe chili powder, the smoked paprika, which was super, super good. And then
I know smoked paprika will change your life.
Yes, that was delicious. And so mine, I guess, is like a Southwest influenced meal,
right?
And I will be taking that for lunch tomorrow and probably having some of that for dinner. So I guess I do kind of meal prep. I told Joy that, like, oh, I don't think I've ever meal prepped, I don't know how to do it, but I guess I do my own fake and bake version.
I mean, meal prepping is really just glorified leftovers, right? So it's just you're planning to eat the same thing for a specified amount of time and making a certain amount of servings to last you.
That's true.
That's all it is.
Well, if you put it that way, in that case, I do meal prep.
Yeah.
You know? Because I make it a point to make sure that I do not eat anything in the work cafeteria. Like, that was my big issue with weight gain. I felt like in 2016 was I was always like eating these very heavy, fat saturated meals at work. And so now I make it a point that no, I got to bring my lunch, like whatever's going on, you know, even if it's leftovers from the night before, or if it's something I specifically bought as a prepackaged meal, I have to take lunch.
Yeah, meal prepping definitely saves you money, because how much do your meals cost when you buy them?
That is a good point, because the hospital cafeteria actually is not cost effective at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like a sandwich in there, like a regular kind of like, now they have a tape where it's like cranberry pecan salad sandwich, but it looks like your old school cafeteria sandwich. That thing is $6, you know, and it's, you know, you still want to add like some fruit to it or add something to drink. You would end up spending like $8 to $10 for lunch anyway on something that definitely doesn't taste as good as, you know, what I could have brought in from home.
Exactly. And I've actually averaged out like how much my meals cost, and it's normally somewhere between $1.50 to $2 per serving.
What?
That's it.
See, you gotta teach me and teach them. $1.50 per serving sounds amazing.
Because my budget for the week is $75, and that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
What?
So if you're eating out, you know, you just said it's $8 to $10 for your lunch times 5. That's already what, $40 to $50 just on lunch. You haven't had dinner, you haven't had breakfast, you haven't had snacks.
Girl, if you could teach me how to eat for $75 a week,
oh, I can do it.
Oh, my traveling is gonna pick up big time if I stop spending all this money on food.
You'll be able to have a companion.
Exactly. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And this is turning out really good. This smells good. I know it's gonna be good. And I'm just making sure I kind of get some of these bigger chunks of chicken cooked on the bottom.
That's important.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want any salmonella around here.
You mentioned cauliflower rice. How did you do yours? Because I've had it once before. I tried to make it, and it just didn't turn out right for me.
So there's several versions. So Trader Joe's and some of the regular grocery stores sell cauliflower rice, like basically cauliflower that's already been put in a food processor, and it's just a bag of plain cauliflower. So whenever I cook cauliflower rice with that, then I chop up some fresh cloves of garlic, saute that with olive oil, put in the cauliflower and add kind of chopped onions like you're doing now, a little bit of chicken broth, and then season it with whatever I'm going to season it with, which is usually still the adobe chili pepper or the smoked paprika. I love that Southwest taste with the cauliflower. And then usually I'll either add shrimp or chicken. I personally don't cook a lot of chicken at home because maybe I need to learn from today's session on how to do it right. But I feel like my chicken usually I feel like it dries out when I reheat it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, you know, lately I've been buying a lot of those rotisserie chickens and then kind of deconstructing those and adding them to different meals. Particularly, I'll put those in soups. And so that's like my only way of eating chicken at home is I feel like if I put it in the microwave later, it doesn't taste dry if it was in a soup. But this actually looks really good, so maybe I'm just not adding the right amount of moisture to it to begin with.
If you're overcooking it from the jump, you know, and then it's getting dry.
Yeah, and that may be exactly what's happening is, you know, everybody's worried about catching a little something, and so, I mean, I've seen enough salmonella infections in the hospital where I want to give it that little extra, you know, char to it, but then when I reheat it later, that last little bit of moisture is gone. So.
Are you cooking them until it's brown?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, problem solved.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm doing it wrong. Hey, teach me.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll let Joy kind of get some things chopped up and prepared for the second meal, and we will be back momentarily. All right. So Joy has gotten started on the second dish, and so it looks like you have onions that you're sauteing there.
Yeah, so this is onions, garlic, olive oil, and crushed red pepper flakes. And so we just let the onions soften a little bit, and then we're going to add in the ground chicken. So if you find yourself tired of chicken, but you still need like another option and you don't mind doing ground chicken, I find this is a nice way to change up your eating with your meals by still getting the lean protein in the chicken, but like doing it in like a slightly different way. So as opposed to doing like a ground beef or a ground turkey, ground chicken, similar, of course, nutrition profile, but a different taste and a different texture for your meal. So this is, like I said, the ground chicken with lemon and kale. So I'm going to put this in and let this cook, and then I'm going to add in the kale and the lemons in a little bit.
And so start to finish, how long does it usually take you to simultaneously prep like 2 meals?
Well, normally I do 3.
Okay.
But
I'm getting in the way.
No, you're good. So for the 3 meals, it normally takes me 2 hours. So I started cooking, maybe 45 minutes ago. This one's pretty much already ready. And then I'm going to start this one. This will take about another 30 minutes or so. And then I'm actually making 2 servings of this one. And so I'm going to have this for lunch number 1, lunch number 2, and then dinner number 1 is my day. So.
Okay, and so these meals typically last you
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. Awesome. And then you start on Monday around lunchtime or late morning.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Pretty much.
Okay.
We don't have to kill.
Okay. So the chicken is almost done for the second dish, and it looks like Joy has sliced some lemons.
Yeah, so what I'm doing now is letting the chicken cook in the onions and the garlic and the, crushed red pepper flakes that I let saute. And so it's getting in all the seasonings. Once this is cooked, then I add in the kale, which doesn't take that long. Top it with the lemons, and then right now I'm about to put the brown rice on. And so I just put this on top of brown rice for my meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we have mixed the kale in, and it's looking really good.
Thank you. So yeah, sometimes it's hard to gauge. I think I need to put a little more kale in there because it's not going to be enough for 5 days. Make sure I'm getting my veggies in. But yeah, so I put the kale on, I let it cook, and then I'm just going to top it with the lemon slices and let those, all that lemon juice kind of just simmer into the mix. And then, like I said, when I eat it, I just put my brown rice, which is already prepared, into my plate or my bowl, and then I top it with the mixture. And that's it.
All right, it looks good. All right, so it looks like the food is all done and it looks delicious.
What was that, about an hour?
Yeah.
So I have 2 meals prepared. I eat 4 meals a day, so breakfast, snack, lunch, snack. So I eat lunch twice, snack and dinner, because my days are really, really long and I need a lot of calories for muscle mass. But this is my lunch number 1, so this is the Southwest burrito bowl. I've made that with, like I said, the chicken, the corn, the black beans, all the peppers, and the onions. And what I do every day is I add lettuce and tomato to it, and then top it with the salsa and avocado. So that's my lunch number 1. Lunch number 2, my ground chicken with the lemon and the kale, which I eat over the brown rice. And then I'm also about to make another serving of this same meal that I have for my dinner. So it's nice and easy. It'll be about another 30 minutes, and I'll be finished for the week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, so thank you so much, Joy, for showing us how to meal prep.
No problem. Thanks for coming in.
No, thank you. And how to make 2 delicious meals to get us through the week. So if you have any questions, I'm going to put Joy's contact information on the website, on the blog, www.yellowbagtraveler.com. And then there'll be links on the Instagram. And then don't forget to watch the full video on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, so also on my website, I'm going to have a meal prep made simple guide. It's free. All you do is go to my website, put in your email address, and you'll be able to download it. But it's going to have a lot of tips on how you can incorporate meal prepping into your everyday life, because it saves time, it saves money, it's a lot healthier, and it just makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I will check it out myself, because I definitely want to keep this fitness going. Like
you didn't know that you were meal prepping in the beginning.
I didn't know I was meal prepping, but now I know.
Yeah.
I certainly want more pointers on how to continue to do it and how to do it correctly.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So, no,
thank you so much.
No,
I'm happy you were able to join me.
Texas pride.